See, I'm going to scroll through and say a quick hello. I want to welcome everyone here and everyone that watches during the replay later on. There is Marie and Suzanne. Hello. Let's see here. Tanya. Hello, Kathy. Tana. Amy and Krista and Lori. Ricky. Romero Cards. Hello, hello. There's Lisa and Anne. Hello, Anne. I haven't seen you in a little bit. Let's see here. Cakey Long. Not for sure what your name is there, but your handle. Hello. I'm so glad that you're back. All right. Okay, so tonight is sneak peek number 1 of the Simply Spring release. And I'm so excited. Tonight I'm going to do some coloring. And we're going to do a little spring scene and create a card, of course. Let's see here. Susan says, woke up to more snow this morning. There's Kelsey and Michelle and Candy. All right. Okay, so if everyone is ready to create a scene and watch some coloring, we are going to get busy here. All right, so I'm going to go down, if I can get it here, to my desk view. Now, you guys tell me, is that pretty clear to you? I'm trying to zoom in so I can color. And I think it's going to be okay. Let's see here. And we are going to get busy here coloring. All right. So this obviously is not the whole thing, but I don't want to like spill the beans here on everything. But I will start bringing out little bits of springtime and little things here and there as we color. But I can kind of like sneak this little guy and then these little dudes that I've done a little bit of coloring on, but we're going to do some coloring and then die cutting, and then we'll be all ready to go. Okay, no, Julia says no. Okay, that it looks good, maybe. Cute. All right. Sneak. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to start out coloring here, and I've got my little jar of Copic markers here, and we're just going to get busy with some coloring. So I'm going to start out with kind of the darkest green that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to start on the leaves here, and we'll just kind of chat away. Now, I will tell you that this scene building set is called, I'm going to almost give it away here, but it's called Garden Gate. And this set, when you're coloring, is super forgiving because, as you can tell by these little images, they are small for one thing, so there's not a whole lot of ink blending and things like that needs to go into it, but also they're very artsy looking. It's almost like something like it's been watercolored or something like that. Like you've got the groundwork for a really pretty watercolory design without having to do all the pencil work yourself. Okay, so I'm going to do some pink on these, some R32. And I'm going to go through here, and I'm not being super careful, but I'm just going to do a bunch of spring colors with pinks and green and yellow and purple. And then we're going to have the little rabbit and some carrots. Let's see here. They look delicate. Looks fine to me. Okay, perfect. All right. So that is that. And then let's go ahead while we're coloring here. And I'm going to use my little cheat sheet to remind myself of the colors we use. And then this little bunch of flowers, I'm going to color in purples and yellow. So let's do maybe a purple here, and let's do more purple. Let's do 2 purple. And then the yellow. And I love the name of this color. It is Buttercup Yellow. Let me pull this over just a little bit. That's super easy. Whether you're going to color with colored pencils or Copics or whatever you want to use. And then the centers, I'm going to do a little bit of orange, just a little touch there in the center. Okay, around all the images, because as I mentioned, we're going to make a whole little garden scene here. So around all the images, I am quickly taking BG10 and I'm tracing an outline around all of the little images. And that is because when I set this in the scene and I layer all my cute little springy die cuts all together, it's going to eliminate or help to eliminate the stark white edge of our die cuts. And so this is just one little trick, and I'm not even being super duper careful going around all these. I'm just giving it a nice little swipe just like that. And then when we die cut these, I'm going to have a nice little blue border around the edge that's going to somewhat blend in with the background paper. Okay, so now that one's all done. So let's go ahead and go right around this one. And you only want to go wide enough to where when you die cut them, the edge of the die is going to catch that blue. All right, so that is all finished. So I'm going to set it aside. Whoops. And I hit the wrong screen there. Let's go back. Goodness gracious. So let's do some more flowers and carrots. And I know that I want to pull in the pink that it's going to match the other little flowers that we did on the other side, just like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this one that's a match with it. Nothing fancy. This is my kind of coloring here. Okay. And then let's do some more purple and yellow to coordinate with the rest of our purple and yellow flowers. Just like that. And let me look up I tend not to use die cuts because I don't like the stark white edge. Yeah, so when I get this finished and we get our little scene together, you'll have to let me know what you think. This is, I don't prefer that either. And so you'll have to let me know what you think when we get our little spring scene all put together. Okay, so while I'm coloring here, I'm going to go ahead and do the carrots. So cute, and they're sticking up out of a little patch of ground. And there's not even any reason to do a lot of shading or anything like that. And then I need to do the tops to the carrots. So let's see here. What color? Let's do a grassy green. And so I'm going to pull in this grassy green. And it's a little bit different, darker than the green that I did the little swipes on the grass. And let's do this for the little tops. There we go. Make sure I have all that colored nicely. And it's looking good. And then I just need to add blue, my little outline around this one. Let's see here. There's Carol and Brenda. Hello. Keiko. Hello. Yep. So all of our design team members are kind of popping in there. And I'm sure that some of them, when they've done little scenes or florals or things like that, little bouquets, that they've probably tried this little trick of just tracing around your little die cuts. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Let's do our little bunny. And I'm going to spend a little bit more time on him because they're so dang cute. And I'm using warm grays for him. And so I'm going to start out actually with my darkest warm gray, which is a W5, because I'm going to hit all these little lines that are already in the artwork, and I'm going to just darken them up just a little bit. Just like that. Add some right around his little chin, on his head, up the back side of his little ear there. And then I'm going to take the next, which is W3, and I'm just going to go just to the outside of that. And I want him to stay pretty light. Just like that. And then I'm going to go all the way down to a W1, my lightest. And I can kind of start pulling all that out and blending it out a little bit. And it's going to smooth out. I'm going to go through his ear, but I'm going to pink that up here in just a second. Just like that. And I'm just going to barely touch his tail. I want his tail to stay a little bit more like a little cottontail. And so I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, now for the inside of his little ears. I don't want them super pink, but I'm going to add a little bit of pink. So R000. And I'm going to go right in the inside of his little ear where he would have some little bunny skin there and just a little bit on his face. Okay, and now all we need to do is go around the edges with our little halo that's going to go around these. But you can see how fast these images are to color, because one, they're little, and then two, like I mentioned before, is they're not like perfectly crisp, large images. It's made to look artsy and almost like a watercolor painting. Go all the way around. Just like that. Okay. So let me put my mess away here. And then I'm going to take all of our images that we've colored now, but you can see, look at all the spring color that I've got here. And I'm going to use the coordinating dies to cut these out. And then let's see here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to zoom out just a little bit there. And I want to make sure everything is still nice and crisp. Get it? I don't want to mess with our eyeballs too much. Okay. All right, so you can see all the pretty colors, all the springy colors that we have going on. And so I'm just going to match these dies up to their image. And I'm going to pull out my little pieces of highlighter tape here. So I'm going to line them up. I'm going to make sure I get around the edge to where we have that nice little blue outline. And let's see here. Here is our bunny. Love critters. Everybody's loving the critters and the carrots. And you know what's so fun about these is you'll notice that there are carrots, but it's all separate. So, I mean, when it's, a different time of the year, you just don't color the carrots if you don't want to use that. Like if, let's say you want to do just a floral garden, then, you just do all the flowers, maybe a bunny. Okay, I'm going to set that one aside as ready. Let's see if I can find this little bunch of flowers here. But it's set up really cool to where, you know, you can add the pieces that you want. Okay, there's another one. And then let's get all of our little carrots and the other flowers cut out here. And I'm just going to spin this until I find its spot. Let's see here. There we go. And I want to make sure I get all the little edges in there. And then we've got our little carrot. I like that they look realistic. Yes, they look realistic. They're not, oh, I didn't color that little topper. They're not like cutesy animals. They're like a realistic little painting or garden scene. They're not like your cutesy animals that have, you know, big eyes and smiling faces or anything like that. So it's kind of, they're really pretty. And I think you guys are going to like it once we get our little scene all put together. And then it's going to take me just a couple of seconds to get our last little dies down here. And then one last little stem of flowers here. Okay, so now we've got all those down. Can move that out of the way. And then let's pull out, oops, there go the plates. Let's come out a little bit now that we're done with all the close-up stuff, and let's use our bitty buzz cutter. So I'm gonna put my plate down and this one, and let's do the bunnies right down here, and we will run those through. Let's see, Annie is enjoying your show again tonight. Yay! All right, so I'm going to pop these out and add them to my little dish of spring goodness up here that I'll show you all the pieces here in just a second. And our little bunny, so cute, and our little stem. And then let's run the last images through there, and then we're ready to build a card. And the last one. All right. Okay, so let's get busy building this card here. So let me show you and start out with some of our new frame dies. Okay, so this is called, and I want to tell you the correct name. This is the Spring Vine Layering Frames. Okay, and I've got all my pieces cut here, and you're also seeing some new pattern paper. Okay, we've got a new pattern paper pad coming out that is called Pinstripes and Polka Dots, and it is so fun. Okay, so let's talk about the Spring Vine Layering Frames. So this is the largest piece. Now, when you get your die, or dies, I should say, because there's a lot in this set, it doesn't have this part cut out. So it's going to be a solid piece. So it's going to come out originally not having the embossed lines or anything right here, but it's going to be just like that. So you could do a scene just there, or you could add a sentiment or whatever you wanted to add. But then you can also use the layering dies to, you know, cut out the center, or you could make a window and have, you know, something peeking out or through the window, add a beautiful sentiment or some little florals up the side or whatever you wanted to do. So lots of different possibilities with the spring vines, I believe is what it's called, layering frames. Okay, white card base, and then we've got all of our little pieces here. Okay, love honeybee papers is what Carol said. All right, so I'm going to start out and this, let me flip this over and give you a little sneak peek. So polka dots on one side, pinstripes on the other. All right, polka dots on one side and pinstripes on the other. Great basics, right? Okay, so let's get busy here. So I'm going to start out by adhering my big frame. Let me get my glue going here. And I'm going to take a look at the comments. I love honeybee everything. Nice. Love this new frame die set. You're going to love it. If you've been liking our frame dies that we've done the last couple releases, you'll like this one. This one is obviously a little bit more, well, we had our opulent frames. This one is very, I don't want to say feminine. I don't know that that is the right word, but we geared it to go with spring, florals, Mother's Day, that type of thing. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to drop it. And then while that glue is still nice and wet, I'm going to use my fingers to make sure everything is nicely lined up. Okay, see how pretty that is with these poking out? You could even save these since all these pop out. If you wanted to do different colors or truly make these look like leaves, which they look like leaves to me, but you could pop in a different color green. You could do rainbows in there if you wanted to. But if you wanted to save all those little pieces and inlay those, you could. Okay, so I am going to take my blue paper and I'm going to actually layer it on top of the white that popped out from here. And because I thought, why not? Let's layer it together and make that little window where we're going to set our garden scene. Let's kind of have it a little bit of dimension there. And so I'm just going to pop that down and pick them up and then run my fingers all around the edges to make sure that's all lined up nicely. There we go. And so I'm kind of pretending like this blue is kind of the sky or kind of our background that we have. But we see we have this sagey green going and then the blue center, and we're going to pull in all those beautiful springy colors with the flowers and the bunny rabbit and the carrots. Okay, and then all you have to do is puzzle piece this right back in, just like so. And I'm going to press and hold, let that glue do its work. Let's see here. Tana just placed an order last night. Guess I'm doing another. Well, this release, you'll have a little bit of time because I'm going to put the date up here. It does not release until March 15th. So you've got time to make your wish list, to decide what you want to get. All right. So top folding card base here. So let's just keep rocking here with our liquid adhesive. Just like that. And again, I'm just going to drop and then pick up and line it all up and then give it a good press. There we go. And then I'm going to hide that and I want to see our comments. Here, can you show the frame dies? I will have to get the boss's permission. I know Lisa's on here. I would probably say she probably wouldn't want me to show the whole thing since it's a sneak peek. But I can tell you this is the largest, and then it goes in from here and then in and in and in and in. So it all is going to layer up. Okay, now I've been hiding all these little die cuts from you. So remember, this is all called Garden Gate. So let me get my little handful of springy goodness here. Okay, so Garden Gate. Okay, and then look at all of my little handful of spring that I have here that we have to arrange now. Okay, so I'm going to kind of lay these around. I'll lay them here where you guys can kind of see what we're working with here. We have our little carrots, little bunches. I've got a sentiment. Here's another little buddy to go with him. Some little layers here. Some more little layers. And more pieces. Okay. So, and I can tell you that there are more pieces of the fence. So if you wanted to flip it this way and run your scene all the way across your card, there are extras to the fence, to the gate. So you can do that. All right. So what are you guys thinking? Not yet, but soon. Okay. So the boss said no to showing the whole set. I kind of like a basket. Adorable. Let's see here. The gate kind of reminds me of a basket. I bet it would be to put flowers. You could totally put flowers in there. Okay. So now I'm going to start arranging. Some of these are going to go on the back side of the gate like so, because you kind of, this is my brain working. So hang with me for a second. So you can put some on the back side, like you're kind of seeing them poke out. And then we can put, some like so. And I like that it's, kind of spreading out here. And then we can go here. And I'm just kind of getting the lay of the land right now. And we may pop some of these up, of course. This one can kind of nestle. And then this big swag goes on the top. All right, do you see all of this kind of coming together? All right, and then we've got this big grouping of flowers that can kind of come down in here. And then we have a little piece of grass or little wildflowers coming out. We've got carrots. We've got some more little loose flowers that I can pop in. More little loose flowers. And you see why I'm kind of arranging everything before I glue it. Okay, and then these kind of come up. I want to spread the pink out. Just like so. And then we're going to have carrots and a bunny. Okay. What do you guys think? Let's see what. It's true, Kegel. All right. Let's see. Gail, this is all from one stamp set, Garden Gate. Yes, it's all from one stamp set called Garden Gate. Even the little sentiment. Okay. So I'm going to start very carefully. And I'm going to start out by adding a little bit of adhesive back here and back here. And then I'm going to pick these up and I'm going to kind of get them kind of situated where I want them like this. All right. Just like that. And then this piece is going to kind of crawl over in here. Just like that. Whoops. Let's move him down. And I'm going to pinch. But do you see now, I'm going to chat while I'm gluing. Do you see now where the blue outline on top of the blue paper kind of fools your eye a little bit to where the white from the die cuts is not just stark on the paper. Okay, I'm going to tuck this right in there, and we'll pop another one up in front of it. But this to me just looks like a big, like overgrown garden. And this little guy, he's going to come right down in here. Look how cute. Okay, and now I think I have all the pieces that are going to go flat. So I'm going to add some little dots back in here because I know I'm going to have to move this up a little bit so I have room for my little bunny rabbits and everything. Okay. So I'm going to hold all that down. Sophisticated Easter. Oh, I love that. Lindsay's saying this is a more sophisticated Easter. Totally is a more sophisticated Easter card. Okay, so now I can start building from there. So I know I want these pink ones. They're going to kind of poke out right back in here, just like that. And then the other one is going to kind of poke out just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to start building right over here. And let's see here. Do I want to pop anything up yet? No, I don't think yet. Okay. And then I'm going to pull these out to the side a little bit so it kind of matches to where it's coming out from the side. I'm actually going to pull that down just a hair. And I'm going to press. All right. The blue outline is such a great accent. Okay, good. I was hoping it kind of fools your eye just a little bit because I don't remember who it was that mentioned that they're not crazy about the white outline around the die cuts, but I'm the same. Okay, now we have our little patch of wildflowers in the grass, and I'm going to pull it right down in here like it's kind of in front of the gate a little bit. Okay, and then this little patch is going to come here. And then I think I'm ready to kind of start popping things up. Okay, so this up here, I know I want to pop up. Just add a little tiny bit of dimension. Now let's see if my little foam dots are going to fit back here. And these foam dots are not really, they're not super dimensional. They're just barely. That kind of gives you a look at how thick they are. So it's not going to be, too thick on your card. Okay. Before I press, don't stick yet. I'm going to adjust it just a hair right in there. Okay. Look how cute. Are you guys liking it? Okay. And then I have this little bunch of flowers that I may have to trim. All right. I love how it looks now. Yes. It's all coming together. This is, to me, is just a very classic looking like card. I don't know how best to describe it. Okay, let's put another little dot back here. And we will pop that up maybe like right in here. So it's kind of off center there a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to have our little carrot patch down in here. I don't want to move it too far up there. And then we're going to have our cute little bunnies. And then we have a little single carrot that we can kind of add. Doesn't this look like Mr. McGregor's garden? Okay, let's keep working here. I think I'm going to adhere the grouping of the little carrot patch. I'm going to do it flat, right down, and I'll even tuck that just a little bit. And I don't care that it all, comes off the edges a little bit. That's okay. All right, these little guys, I think they need to be popped up. So I'm going to trim down some more. And then put a little sliver behind this little guy. And I kind of like him like sitting up here in front of the gate. I think he's kind of cute right there. Isn't he cute? Like he's sneaking into the garden and he's gotten caught. Okay, and then we've got our other little friend. And he's going to kind of be hanging out right down here, I think. Oh, cute. And then let's do this little guy. He's tiny. He's going to go flat. And then let's put that right here at this little guy's feet. Just like so. Okay, now everything's adhered except for our sentiment. So we could tuck it right in there. Look how cute that is. Tucked in right there. It could almost hang as a little sign on the gate. I mean, what do you guys think? Do we tuck it up under the arch, or do we like make like it's a little sign like this? Tell me in the comments where you think the sentiment should go. All right. He's so real looking back. Yes, this little guy totally got caught. This little guy doesn't want to leave his carrot behind in the arch, on the gate. Place it on the gate, on the like a little sign. Yeah, totally. You could even, if you got really crafty, you could take a little bit of piece of jute, and glue behind, and even like it's hanging from the gate. That would be stinking adorable. Okay, I'm going to pop it up because why not? Okay, and so I'm going to put one of these little narrow foam strips. I should have thought about the little narrow strips for some of the other little pieces. But I'm going to tuck it kind of right here above his head, just like so. Okay. All right, so I'm going to tilt it back and forth, and you can kind of see all the dimension that we have here. And I think what's so fun too about this little set, like if you wanted to do a whole carrot garden, you just stamp multiples of this little carrot patch. You could have a little runner of carrot patch and then have the little bunnies sitting next to the patch of carrots. Or you could do, like a whole scene like this. You could do a whole flower garden and not have the carrots and the bunny. Do you see if like we take that away where you've just got a beautiful floral card? That is a huge plus of this little stamp set. Okay. And then so cute. We've got a little bit of dimension, but imagine this, even with a bunny, like if you're doing a little garden, imagine this card with a Happy Mother's Day sentiment on it, like that, or a happy birthday sentiment on it. So many different occasions that you can use this set. Happy anniversary. Let's see here. I'm going to go back here. Cute baby card with the bunnies. Absolutely. Love that without the bunnies. Carol, yeah, you can totally use it without the little bunnies. Okay, everybody is loving it. What color did you use on the gate? I'm going to split the screen right here so I can kind of point and talk. Okay, so I did toner grays. So let me find them. My eyes. Oh, here we go. All right, so for a majority of the gate, I used, it's going to be hard to focus, a T1. So an all over. So it's not the stark white. I wanted this here to be the stark white on the card. So all over the gate and all over the arch, it's T1. And that's just a basic gray. And then on the bottoms where it would catch, a few little shadows, and then up in here, I used T3. And then the bunnies, if you'll notice the difference, the bunnies are gray as well. But because I colored the bunnies in warm grays, that's the difference, is it gives that warm kind of brownish gray tone to their fur instead of being this kind of more neutral gray that's on the gate. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. So let's go back there. Really love everything. Very cool. Peter Cottontail. Exactly. So cute. All right. So you guys, if you are excited now that you've kind of started seeing a few little things about the Simply Spring release, give me a thumbs up there wherever the little thumbs up button is, and let me see all those little thumbs up pop up. If you're super excited about it, we're going to have another sneak peek on Thursday. Something totally different, something totally springtime. Everybody's saying thumbs up. Can't wait to see more. Oh, I see lots of thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you, Keiko. You're so sweet. Thank you, Jay and Brandon. And let's see here, Sandy. All right. All right, so we're good to go. Lisa, it is time for our giveaway. Perfect timing for a giveaway, I always say, especially when we have a release coming up, because you can save it and shop. All right, so I'm going to wait for Lisa to tell us the winner here. Lindsay Thompson, you're the winner. Congratulations, Lindsay. If you'll email me, Kelley, Kelley, at honeybeestamps.com, I will send you a gift card. Congratulations. All right, everyone. One last look at Garden Gate and the spring vine layering frames. So dang cute. And then come back and join me on Thursday for another sneak peek. Same time, same place. And I hope that I'll see you then. Have a great night and talk to you soon.